Hey guys, what's up? It's KD Forex here, back with episode 2 of the Road to 400k series. Obviously, the end of last week, we were up about 4%. Things were looking good. And I'm going to get into it and I'm going to show you exactly what happened this week. And we're only hoping that the good luck can continue. So let's get it started with Monday. So on Monday, I approached the market. We were looking at NAS because I come to the market a little bit later. So if I trade the London session, I only trade GBP USD and GJ. And if I trade the US session, I also add in AUD USD and also add in NAS 100, just because they're pairs that I like. But anyway, as you can see, we were bearish, super bearish on the Friday. So price was coming down for a long time, making lower lows consistently. But coming into the London session in the morning, we started to make bullish movements, started breaking structure to the upside, not too many downward movements. So obviously I got to the market at about, I think I got to the market honestly quite early in the morning. So I think I was here from like 12 o'clock or 11 o'clock in the morning. So I was here from like here. So we were waiting a long time for this setup, but it did come. So we got all this price action. Obviously it broke these highs over here, which I'm super happy about. Obviously this makes me more interested in the move. We've also got a structure break here. So this makes the trade that we're looking at a lot more likely. It's lining up with my 200 EMA. Obviously this came at about 1/2 though, this move I think. So obviously it was high risk, just because of the US stock market basically opening at that time, and obviously price basically getting loads of momentum and can wick you out basically either way. So that's a high risk trade, but I took it anyway just because I was still confident that buyers were going to be in. But I'll show you. So price came to here and then wicked up. I know obviously that looks great. Let me mark this up for you real quick. I think that's about right. So we got out for about 1 to 2. So we got the 1 to 2, perfect. And then we were out of the market for the day. I waited for like 3.5 hours for that trade. Obviously patience paid on the Monday. We were super happy with it. And then realistically, we were just looking to the next day. So what happened the next day? Let me show you. So we got GU. So I think on this trade, obviously I was a little bit nervous given that this had already touched like a bullish like area of demand. So if I draw in this demand here, it may have hit. But anyway, I was a little bit nervous about this trade, I do think. But let's show you how price played out. So basically what I've done is if I draw my zone on again, obviously I got in here. Yeah, all good. Obviously normally we're aiming for like a 1-to-1 minimum. Obviously I would have been like a 2.5 to 1 to pass. Obviously I would have got that, but basically when price moved to 1-to-1, I moved my stop loss to break even. So my stop loss was here, and then if we're going back, let's have a look. Right, so we were in, obviously it hit our TP, came back, struck us out, and then basically just continued on the way. Obviously it was unlucky. Basically this trade was unlucky. We were obviously hoping for a little bit more, and realistically we should still be believing in our trades. But obviously I try to manage all my trades in a different way. I don't have like a consistent setup for how I manage them. I think it was maybe because I was closer to the end of the challenge, given that I was now up like 6%. That's why I moved it to break even. Obviously it didn't benefit me. It would have passed me, but unfortunately that's just not how it worked out. So we moved forward. So I think this is the same day, maybe, was it? Yeah, this is the same day. So CPI news was today, so it was a little bit silly for me to continue trading, but you can probably understand that after I missed that first setup, I was a little bit frustrated, if anything. So I was like, oh, I really should have already passed. So I'm gonna stick around, see if another trade happens. It wasn't a good idea because my risk management tool is it's called Magic Keys, right? So I got Magic Keys and they're what do my risk for me. But I actually forgot to, sorry, there was just a noise outside. No idea what that was. But basically, I didn't realize that they were gonna open like a 2% position. So usually I have them wired to obviously only open a 1% position, but I hadn't configured my settings basically on gold. So I opened a 2% position, right? And I didn't realize this straight away, so I let it run a bit. I thought the numbers were a little bit high, but I was like, whatever. And then I opened a second position. I'm not really sure why I did. To be honest with you, this is the mistake that I made on this account, because obviously, even if I had a 0.5 risk, that's a 3% risk on the whole thing. I don't know exactly where my trade was marked up to. I think it was like here. I think I was trying for like a sniper entry. I can't view the trade anymore because it's on my Excel chart, but this trade unfortunately stopped the account, so it went over my 2.5% risk for the day, which is super unfortunate given that I was in profit so much and I had a great week last week. But obviously it's my fault for not basically having my risk management tool set up for the right settings. I mean, I laugh about it now. Obviously at the time I felt a little bit like a donut, but it's just one of those things. Like, I've been trading my personal account now for so long that I really haven't had to worry about like a certain loss in a day. Obviously I still have parameters around my loss. I don't just lose and lose and lose and continue to lose each day. But I just mean, like, I haven't had a set amount where it's been like, okay, if I lose this in a day, then my account's going to be disabled. That hasn't happened to me for like the most part of this year, to be honest, since I was earlier funded in the year in like February. But it happened to me this time. Obviously it was a 2% risk. I think overall it was a 3% risk. And then price just kept getting lower and lower. Unfortunately, if I had waited for a break of a candle instead of trying to get in a little bit early, then obviously I would have I'd done a lot better, or I wouldn't have traded until basically price started breaking to the upside. I mean, it was pretty much going to get me out regardless, no matter what happened. This is more or less like a support setup. If you were going to trade that, if you were going to trade like, oh, sorry, gone into a different trade there. But yeah, more or less a support setup. So obviously if you were looking at that, great. But unfortunately for me, the risk was too high and I actually was still in profit, like 1 or 2% on the account. But unfortunately it said I'd exceeded my daily loss limit. But it's whatever. You know, the reason that I'm doing this series is I want to show you that anyone can do it. And I've been, cause like I said to you before, I've made enough money this year to be able to really invest into trying to get funded. I'm still trading my personal account alongside the funded accounts, but obviously I trade them in a different way. And I don't copy the trades across just yet, just because I want to keep it separate so that I'm protecting my capital. But yeah, so that was unfortunate. I mean, I laugh about it now. I feel a little bit like a donut still for what happened, but you know, we live and we learn. It shows you that even, I mean, I've been trading for 2 years now. I'd say I've been pretty much consistently profitable for this whole year. It just shows you that even I can make mistakes now and again. Obviously we're trying to minimize those mistakes so this won't happen again. And since I've obviously got a new account, I've made sure that all of my settings are immediately straight away like set up, so it's only a 1% risk ever, and those things can't be overlooked basically. But obviously a little bit unfortunate given that I was basically up 6%, 2% to pass phase 1 and then lost it. But you know, we move on. And then so the next day, I think this was the next day. What day was this? This is the 12th, this was the 13th. And these are the trades that I've got on my new account. I'll show you at the end. But yeah, I was looking at this. So obviously on GU, we've got more or less, well, there's not too much price action to the left that we need to take note of. Obviously we're still going up. It's looking pretty bullish. So obviously tapped our zone, got into the break of the candle. I think I will be able to share this trade. So made up what, I mean, I could have got a 1 to 2, but I got out about 1 to 1.5. So we started the account up about 750. I'm going to put the trade up there again. What a great start, right? If only we hadn't have lost the account the day before, we would have been basically passed. Anyway, we move forward. But yeah, so obviously up 1.5% after this. Ideal. Feeling really good. Obviously after just losing the account, a little bit annoyed with myself. But we move forward. So then, yeah, that was that. And then this was on the Friday. So this was the last day of the week. The last day that I've traded. So I just want to show you guys something on this actually. So I want to just let you know that I was here from 8 o'clock. So 8 o'clock struck here. We hit this zone over here. I was trying to be patient, trying to be disciplined because I didn't want basically to lose after just what happened, etc. So I was like, I'll wait until after 8 because normally at 8, yeah, we get a nice move, but obviously price moved very fast at 8 o'clock because it's the London Open. So I was just kind of hanging around. I was thinking, yeah, I'm gonna wait. I'll wait until after 8. Cool. Went up here. Obviously smashed a 1-to-1. Would have maybe made a 1-to-2 straight away. Exactly. I would have been up like 3.5%. Came back down. There was another one here. Obviously, we're in a very bullish market. This is the reason we're looking mainly for buyers. We're not really looking for sales. And then we had this one here. The reason that I didn't take this one is because I was a little bit unsure. Like, we had this little gap that was filled here, and I thought that potentially price could continue down, so I didn't want to like get caught up in that. Anyway, when price started showing us a little bit of what it was going to do, so obviously we were hanging about here for ages, and then boom, price shows us. I think it just about broke this. Well, actually it didn't quite, but it's obviously broken this structure here, so we're pretty happy. We're following our rules, etc. Like, this is a good trade for us. Let me just get the 200. The 200 was below, but obviously we got in break of the candle. I actually tried to get a re-entry on this just in case it would continue up, so I ended up losing about the 750 that I'd already got up on the account, so I ended up losing about the 1.5%. I can't remember where I tried to get the re-entry, but it's about here. So we lost literally the 750 that we basically gained. So the account is now at break even. I'm just going to quickly show you the trades on the account. So as you can see here, we're a little bit down in drawdown. We've taken 3 trades, and best trade, worst trade, 33% win rate at the moment. We're just a little bit down, 880. So yeah, we're down like £100 or $100, sorry, but not a lot to worry about there. Just to let you guys know that I won't be trading too much this week because I'm actually traveling to Scotland just for basically like most of the week. So unfortunately I won't be trading too much because I'm working on the Monday and Tuesday. So you will have to wait until next week for the next episode. Given that we're back at break even, unfortunate that we lost the account, but we live and learn from these mistakes, and this just shows you that any trader can make these mistakes. And you just got to remember, when you make those mistakes, you've got to come back. So we come back stronger, we learn from our mistakes. Like, that will never happen to me again. Well, I mean, unless I start trading with a different platform, etc., then it's likely to happen, or can happen, sorry. Not likely, but it can. But I'm going to be much more aware of that whenever I'm trading, and yeah, realistically, like I said, we're just trying to learn. We're learning each day in the market, so we just got to learn from our mistakes and then continue to move on. But it's been really good. I've been enjoying doing this series so far. If you've been enjoying the series so far, give me a like in the on the video, and don't forget my Instagram is just below. If you do want to get involved, come and follow me. I will be sharing my daily trades, and obviously there also I'm teaching people how to trade if that's something you're interested in getting involved in. And I'll see you in the next episode.